One man who knows the Moss Side community well is Anthony Mellor. He grew up in the area and suffered from addiction to heroin and crack cocaine. But he decided to turn his life around and is now a drug worker and has been nominated for a top award that could bring £10,000 to help others who suffer from addictions. Welcome to the show, Anthony. Lovely to see you. So tell us a little bit about the work you do and why you think you've been nominated for this quite prestigious award.
I think basically I do a lot of clinical work with prescription-led stuff with chaotic addicts. I'd like to think it's not just about that I've got the award for, because in my own recovery I do give something back to my area where I was brought up, you know, i.e. Moss Side, and I try and model it in my working practice, my own recovery, even though everybody's got their own personal pathways, you know, but if you model it within the services, then people can get inspired, hopefully. So it's nice to accept that.
What was it that made you think, I've had enough, I want to get better, I can't carry on like this?
Basically, I was shot and they tried to take my eye out when something went wrong in the past, and that was kind of like, I'm sick of being sick now. It was an eye-opener.
You had
enough. Then the journey started. Basically.
Do you think when you are working with people who are addicted to drugs, do you think it makes a difference that they understand that you've been there, that you've been as low as they're at? Do you think that sort of
I think it gives me empathy of understanding everybody's got their own reasons why, and it's not one cap fits all. You know, people pick up drugs for many, many reasons. Everybody's got their own personal story. I think they can't do it like me. I did it my way. And they will have to find their way, and that's how you learn, by falling over and picking yourself up and doing it for you, not for everybody else, basically.
So tell us a little bit about the award, how you came to be nominated and what would happen to the money if you win it.
The National Treatment Agency put me forward, which I knew nothing about, and I got a phone call in work.
Out of the blue?
Out of the blue. I thought it was someone in the office winding me up, you know, trying to massage the ego. And I pleasantly said, oh, thank you very much, but no thank you. And then it turns out to be true. If I won the award, the money that goes to it, I will be giving it back to Moss Side in different ways.
Extremely flattering to be nominated, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we really want to hear your response to the comments that Chris Grayling's made today, the Shadow Home Secretary, comparing Moss Side to the Wire and saying it is like an urban war zone. As someone who grew up there and seen it change, obviously, through the years, what would your response to his comments be?
I'd say, yeah, he could be right. It's like an urban war zone at times, without the right funding. But if you're going to take the Wire as an example and stick it on Moss Side, you know, and sort of ghettoise Moss Side, which it isn't, you know, yes, there's people in Chelsea with the same problems.
Yeah.
There's people in Moss Side with the same problems. If we're going to take the Wire as an example, there's three components. There was politicians that were sort of enmeshed with the Mellor, the drug dealer, who was building urban properties with the ill-gotten revenue of drugs, and the politicians were taking their chunk. So maybe he's close to the Wire when he's saying things like that, but it always seems to be portrayed down to the actual stereotypical discriminationary way of, where can we go that, yeah, that'll grab a vote. Let's say Moss Side's no good. You know, let's say Moss Side doesn't have good food, which it does. Let's say Moss Side doesn't have good music, which it does. There's many things there in Moss Side.
It's just lazy to use that as an example.
Well, I think it's cheap. I think it's cheap. Do you know what I mean? But I will say there is a real element to some of the chaos that happens, not just in Moss Side, throughout the country.
Throughout the country. Thank you very much, Anthony. Lovely to see you. Best of luck
with
the award. Let's hope you win it.
Well, you'll see the big banner.
Let us know, won't you?
Maybe you could present it to me.
If you're lucky.